Hola Amigas, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yara, and for today's video, we're going to be creating this look right here. For this whole month of November, I'm going to be creating a new different look for the holiday season, and I want them to be super easy and fast for you guys, because if you are a mama, even if you're not, or a beginner, whatever your expertise in makeup is, listen, we all live a fast life. So if you do want to learn how to create this beautiful like burgundy, rosy, smoky eyeshadow look, then just continue watching. I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer to prime my eyelids. You can use foundation, primer, or concealer to prime your eyelids. You don't necessarily need a primer. You can use either of those three. I get asked a lot though if I set my primer or my concealers before I apply my eyeshadow. No, do not do that, because you want your eyeshadow to have the fullest potential to be the baddest bitch you can. The eyeshadow will stick to whatever you have, so you don't need to set it. Some people like to set it. I don't like to set it. You don't have to set it. You can try both techniques and see which one works best for you. I'm gonna be using two different eyeshadow palettes. One of them is like on the higher end, and another one's like super affordable. This one is the Sahara 2 by Juvia's Place. As you guys can see, I am missing this eyeshadow, but that's because it fell and it broke. But these are so freaking pigmented. I honestly love eyeshadows from Juvia's Place. They are a little bit more on the pricier side, so I don't always buy them. But I do tend to buy them when they have their Black Friday sales, which are coming up at the end of this month. So I'm gonna stock up on more eyeshadows because their eyeshadows are so pigmented. I mean, look at that pigment on here, okay? Like, I have nothing on my arm and they are so pigmented, so pretty. The next palette I'm going to be using as well is by e.l.f. I believe this was like $3 or $4. This little palette blends amazing. It's a little to-go palette, so you can take it anywhere. Let's swatch it for you guys as well. As you guys can see, it's super pigmented and pretty as well. I'm going to start with the e.l.f. palette, and I'm going to use a big fluffy brush, and we're going to go into this shade right here, and we're just going to go back and forth, back and forth. This is going to be our transition color. You want to start with the transition color so it blends out nicely. Yesterday was Halloween and it was such a big success. We took Jasmine to her like official first trick-or-treating experience, and it was amazing. We decided to just go around the neighborhood, start knocking on doors. I found this family and I was like, are you guys here trick-or-treating? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, perfect, we're just gonna kind of tag along. We weren't necessarily with them, but we just kind of like, you know, we're right behind them where we were able to go trick-or-treating and stuff. For the next shade, I'm gonna grab this one right here. They don't have names. I'm gonna apply that right on the crease area, and we're just gonna go back and forth, back and forth. This one's not too pigmented, so I'm just gonna apply a good amount and repeat this process until I have a little bit more of a shadow. It was funny because she wanted to scare people, so we had to tell a couple people like, hey, she wants to scare you, is that okay? And they just kind of giggle. They're like, yeah. And then she'd be like, boo, and then the people would pretend to get scared, and she was so excited to scare people. I was actually surprised how much candy we got, and I was actually happy people were passing them out. I wanted to pass candy too, but you know, like, you either go trick-or-treating or you pass out candy, so we went trick-or-treating. I'm actually gonna wing it out just a little bit, so I'm just gonna start blending it out into like a little cat eye, sort of like what I did with this one. You just kind of do like a little triangle shape. Don't want to apply too much color because it's gonna be really hard to blend if you do, pero con poquito it should be okay. And then grabbing the first brush that I used, I'm gonna just blend out the edges. I love this time of the year, you guys. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving. I love all the little Christmas parties that we have. Like, it's always super fun. Every year we usually have like a Friendsgiving, but I don't know if we're gonna do that this year, just because I do have my gender reveal not this weekend but next weekend, so November is already kind of busy with that. Being pregnant is kind of hard, you guys, like kind of hard to like really plan everything. If I wasn't pregnant, for sure I would have the Friendsgiving and Thanksgiving and everything. But when you're pregnant, you just get a little tired too fast. I'm gonna switch over to this palette and I'm gonna use this burgundy color. You guys are gonna see how pigmented this eyeshadow is. It's insanely pigmented. I'm gonna apply that right on my eyelid. I'm also using a flat brush to do this. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this brown, just a little bit, and I'm gonna just tap it right at the bottom You guys, I don't remember this palette having fallout, but we have quite a bit of fallout. Could be the brush that I'm using because I don't remember. I was over here hyping this palette up and now I look bad. I'm gonna use a small blending brush and we're just gonna start blending right here on the crease. I'm just going back and forth, circular motion. I grabbed a little bit of that eyeshadow, that cranberry eyeshadow, and it actually feels super weird. Like it feels super dry, even compared to this one. This one feels nice and creamy, but this one feels kind of like chalky and dry. The brown feels nice and creamy, but the cranberry is the only one that's kind of being weird. I don't think I've had this palette for like a really long time for it to do that, but I don't know. Not happy that happened though, because I really do love Juvia's Place eyeshadows. I'm not gonna mess with that color anymore because I'm not trying to look crusty. But what I am gonna do is apply a little bit of this shimmer eyeshadow. Let me show you guys how pretty this shimmer is. Such a pretty color. I want it to almost look like glittery, not necessarily like a full-on shimmer. You guys are gonna really be able to see it when I zoom you guys in at the very end to look at the final look. Okay, both eyes are done. You guys, I had to put my robe on because it's cold. Let me tell you guys something. Our home has like a built-in heater and we've been here for 3 years, okay? We moved in right before I gave birth to Jazz. These last couple years, our electricity bill has been like $500 a month. Now, for some people that might not be a lot, but for us, girl, that's a lot. Like normally our electricity bill is anywhere from $80 to $100 throughout the year, and then winter comes and it goes like super crazy. And I remember the first year I called them because I was like, girl, what is happening? Like, why is our electricity bill like this? And they're like, well, one, it's your area. During the winter, that area just goes up even higher. And I'm like, and two, also we have the heater on all the time. You know, we're like, okay, well, we just had a baby. We have to keep the house warm. First year we had it on for like the whole winter, and every month it was like $500+. And then last year we tried to, you know, just turn it on during the day, turn it off at nighttime when we're asleep, and it lowered our bill just a little bit. We were still like in the $400. And this year I told Jose, I was like, no way, we're not gonna do that again. So we got a little room heater. We've been having that, and so far electricity is good. I grabbed a little wipey, and what I'm gonna do is just clean off the excess eyeshadow because you guys can see, I'm telling you, there was quite a bit of fallout. No sé por qué, no pensé que se iba a caer tanto. I've been obsessed with my contacts. I'm like a master at putting them in now. The first time I literally had Jose like put one in, I was holding my eyes open and he was trying to put it in because it was hard. And yes, your eyes do get watery at first, but you get used to it. Like right now, they're not too bad. They don't feel as watery. This gel eyeliner by Makeup Revolution has literally become my favorite liner, you guys. I became obsessed. I'm basically just gonna line my eyelash line. I'm not gonna wing it. I like to apply a little bit of lash glue on my lash line and then pop my lashes on. I feel like they stay on the longest like that, and you don't miss the corners. Those little edges are the ones that get me every single time. So by doing it this way, I don't have that problem. As soon as the lash glue dries down, I'm gonna just go over with a little bit of eyeliner just to hide that porque no quiero que se me mire. I also like to apply some eyeliner up here, you guys. Something about lashes just makes you feel like a bad bitch. I'm gonna move on to the face. I'm just gonna show you guys the products really quick, but we're gonna move on fast on this part. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Putty Primer. This is my favorite primer ever. I love how it makes my skin feel so soft, and I really do feel like it fills in those pores, so it makes the makeup application even nicer. I apply just a little bit on my forehead, but I really like this area right here because this is where I have a lot of pores, and right here as well. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This one is the Matte and Poreless foundation. It has been my go-to everyday foundation for the last couple months. I used to use this foundation a while ago. If you guys watch any of my other videos, you guys will see this foundation, but I stopped using it and I started using other ones. And recently I went back to it and I'm like, yes, this foundation is so affordable and so good. It gives you that matte finish plus full coverage. I get asked a lot where I get my sponge from. This one is from Target. I'm gonna put the brand right here. I don't really know how to pronounce it. It is a bigger sponge and I just like it because I can get everywhere, and I just start blending everything out and you guys can see the coverage on the foundation instantly. Make sure to always bring it down to your neck and over here to your ears. For concealer, this Milani concealer has been one of my favorite concealers as well for a really long time now. I do switch concealers just to test them out, but this one from Milani is my go-to concealer. This is where we're gonna kind of wing this upward. Just be very gentle not to mess it up. Just go whoop, and overextend it to like close to your hairline, okay? I'm gonna blend this out before I do my contour, but you can definitely do your contour and blush at this time as well and then blend it all together. But for the purpose of the video, let's just blend it out separately. Something else that I forgot to say about the concealer is that it's very thick, you guys. I love that concealer because of how thick it is. This concealer, it works amazing to contour my face. I apply just a little bit on my forehead. I do have a smaller forehead, but I really go in on my cheeks. Just like that. And on my nose, and a little bit on my chin, and on my lip. I'm gonna use the same sponge, but I'm gonna use the back part, and I'm just gonna start blending this upward. You guys, we had our Halloween party this year. Our Halloween parties are always amazing. I hope one day, once we have like our dream home and everything, and I can like invite a couple of you guys who live in this area over, because they are so fun. Halloween is like one of my favorite time of the years as well. We actually have like Halloween costume competitions with our guests, and this year we won. I was so surprised that we won. I'm gonna post a little picture of our costume. I didn't even really want to wear that costume. I got it like a month ago, but I got it thinking about my belly, because I'm like, okay, if my belly grows, I kind of wanted like a costume that kind of fit on the belly area. I don't want to say I'm self-conscious of my belly because I'm freaking pregnant, but you know, your body changes every day, and sometimes like I do become a little self-conscious. I'm like, do I look pregnant? Do I look like I've gained like 20 pounds? I don't know. So I kind of wanted it for that reason, but then I came to the realization that, you know what, this is my last pregnancy, and girl, like I can still look cute in a belly, in a dress, in a cute little outfit. Like I don't need to try to make everything, not necessarily hide the belly, but you know, I don't know if I'm making sense. I ended up buying another costume just in case, but I showed my sister and she's like, no, just wear that one so you can match Jose. It's actually really cute. And I was like, okay. And turns out we won the competition, so I guess it wasn't a bad choice. For setting powder, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This one is in the shade 20. I love this powder. It really sets in your skin, like it absorbs it, so it really lasts all day. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it where I had my concealer, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my contour. And I'm gonna be using the Simpsons Revolution face palette. There's a few products that I'm like using every day from the Simpsons collection. If they still have it available, I definitely recommend you guys to get your hands on the eyeshadow palette, the gel liner, and the face palette. Those are like my go-to things for my everyday face now, and I think you guys would really like that. But anywhere that I applied the contour, I'm just gonna go ahead and set it. I like to apply the blush kind of like where you would apply your highlight back in 2018, kind of this area. Do apply a little bit on the apples of the cheek though, but mostly up here. Look how pretty that looks. Now with a little bit of powder, we're just gonna go ahead and set and bake this area. I also like applying a little bit of blush on my nose, on the tip of my nose. Don't use too much powder, you guys. I know that was like the thing back then, but honestly, sometimes less is better. I am gonna smoke the bottom portion of my eye out, so we're gonna use a little bit of, should we use brown? Look how pretty that looks, you guys, when you smoke it out. I really like this highlight too. It's very settled. What's wrong?
What's wrong with what?
Why do you look like that?
Because I'm an old man! Leave me alone.
I'm gonna apply my NYX Bear With Me Prime Set Refresher Spray. If you guys have not tried this, this is my go-to setting spray, primer spray, whatever you want to call it. Feels so good on the skin too. I love love this one. I'm using the shade Jazz, and this one's by my brand. In case you guys didn't watch the update on my life, I am pausing my business overall just for a little while. I need to get some stuff together. I need to really learn how to do business. I felt like I needed to step back, but these will be returning pretty soon. They are amazing. If you have tried them, you guys, I know you love them because I received so much positive feedback on these. All right guys, so this is the final look. What do you guys think? It's very beautiful. It's very fall vibes that you can match it with nude, brown, black, white, like any color. Oh, I'm obsessed. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you guys would try this look. I'm gonna have another new look for you guys next week as well. If you guys did enjoy this video, please subscribe if you haven't, and please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys want to see next. Thank you so much to everyone that entered my last giveaway. I'm gonna put the winner at the very end. I love you guys. Please take care of yourself. Remember, you are worthy of everything that's coming to you. Accept it with open arms. It's okay. Change is okay. It can be scary, but it's okay. New beginnings, new you. You are the best. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise, because that is not true. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Make you smile, always make you smile. Always make you smile, always make you smile.